The International Court of Justice has dismissed Sudan's case against the United Arab Emirates over alleged complicity in genocide during the Sudanese civil war. Judges found that the ICJ lacked the authority to continue the proceedings. Sudan's government has accused the UAE of supplying weapons to the Rapid Support Forces, that's the paramilitary group that's been fighting Sudan's army since 2023. The UAE denies the accusations. Tens of thousands of people have been killed in the war, and aid agencies say it has triggered the world's largest displacement and hunger crisis. All right, let's bring in Sarah Nouwen for more about this. She's Professor of International Law at the European University Institute and joins us now from Florence. Welcome, Sarah. Thanks so much for being with us. Can you tell us more about why the ICJ dismissed this case and what are the implications of this verdict?
Yeah, so Sudan brought a case against the United Arab Emirates and arguing that the United Arab Emirates were complicit in genocide committed by the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, the militia that the Sudanese army is fighting. And that genocide the alleged genocide is committed against the Masalit, a group of people in West Darfur. Sudan asked two things. First, find that the United Arab Emirates is complicit in genocide, and so go into the whole case. But because these cases can take years, they also asked for provisional measures. And provisional measures are especially important in the case of genocide, because if there are no provisional measures, it may be too late. Everybody may have been murdered. Now, the court found that it did not have jurisdiction because Sudan said the jurisdictional basis, the ground upon which the court can be involved, is the Genocide Convention, which has a provision that says if the parties to this convention have a dispute, they can go to the International Court of Justice. But when the United Arab Emirates joined that convention, it had made a reservation to that specific provision in the Genocide Convention, saying we're bound by the Genocide Convention, but not by this dispute settlement clause. The court said because of this reservation, we don't have it seems we don't have jurisdiction. And because there is no what we call prima facie, at first sight jurisdiction, we cannot order provisional measures. But the court went a step further and said that's why we throw out the whole case. And that is actually very contested among the judges because it was 9 judges who voted in favor of this and 7 judges who voted against. According to these 7 judges, the court should have heard the arguments on both sides as to whether there was jurisdiction, which is normally the case that both sides can provide written pleadings on this matter. And now the court has thrown out the whole case.
OK. The UAE has called this case a cynical publicity stunt. How has that gone down in Sudan?
Well, not well. I think in Sudan, people would say that that claim itself is cynical, given what many Sudanese believe is the United Arab Emirates' heavy involvement in and support for the Rapid Support Forces. Now, part of the issue is evidence. Many actors have found it difficult to prove that the United Arab Emirates actually sends weapons. But there's a lot of kind of suspicious behavior in terms of flights going from the United Arab Emirates in that direction, where one cannot really explain what else would be there. The United Arab Emirates says, well, humanitarian aid, but there's not that much humanitarian aid coming in. So that's why many Sudanese just don't understand what this must be. Arms, they say. And otherwise, they say, we can't explain how the RSF has been so successful militarily. The weapons must come from somewhere. So that's why a lot of Sudanese say there's a lot of smoke, so there must be fire coming from the UAE.
Just briefly, Sarah, I mean, will any of this have an impact on the conditions in Sudan? Will anything change at all?
Well, the fear is that nothing will change because of this decision. In the past, we've seen where the court has ordered provisional measures, that there was a lot of international attention because suddenly all kind of other states realized they may be under legal obligations because of what is happening, if genocide could be happening. Now, Nobody seems to be watching. The International Court of Justice cannot watch any longer because it's just thrown out the case. But also diplomatically, there's not much happening. And we are talking about the largest humanitarian crisis in the world.
All right.
And humanitarian organizations say that the humanitarian aid must be scaled up before the rainy season starts in a few months' time.
All
We're
right.
talking about
Sarah
more than
Nouwen,
24 million people. No, you're right.
We're going to have to leave it
with
there.
hunger.
We're going to have to leave it there. But thank you so much for your time. That's Sarah Nouwen from the European University Institute in Florence.